dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Welcome back to my channel. So today I have something interesting that I want to talk about. The first one is about Jungkook being crowned the coward boy. Mostly a fun and lighthearted story. I think you'll like it. Maybe you'll find it quite relatable like I do. Also, J-Hope gets a bit angry with Jungkook sometimes. I definitely want to talk about that. We also have BigHit addressing the sugar issue that I mentioned yesterday. If you have not seen yesterday's video, don't worry, I will recap that for you. Let's spill the tea on this. If you are new here and you're interested in spilling the K-pop tea, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be the first to leave your hate comment, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also so you can be the first to do so. Now, let's jump into it. I hope you are all doing well and feeling great. I am personally feeling great as well. In my last video, I had kind of a scratchy throat. Don't worry, I am fine. The first thing that I want to talk about today is, of course, Jungkook being crowned coward boy. My little Jungkookie, my cookie monster. Now, this started a little while ago, and Jungkook is a shy little boy, okay? He's shy, he's adorable, he's cute. This is what we love about him. I get it, I'm shy too. But whether you're shy or not, you'll relate to this, I think. There was some sort of award show, it seems, that Jungkook and IU were in, and actually in that award show in the same room together. Jungkook must have been freaking out when he found out. I think you already know where I'm going with this. The artists that are there are asked to kind of come up on stage, accept awards, talk, all that sort of thing, and then overall just be up on stage. I feel like I've only seen this happen in K-pop, and only K-pop does this. I've never heard of anything happening like this in America or American type award shows. I feel like this is maybe a specific type because it doesn't seem like the standard American award show type of show. I don't know, honestly, I'm still pretty new to the K-pop industry and I still have to figure things out and see how things are. There's obviously a lot of similarities with American music and K-pop music and then the industries, but there's obviously cultural differences and things that different people want to see. So Korean people might expect different things from their K-pop idols and from their K-pop shows than obviously Americans expect from American artists. But BTS came on stage and came forward to kind of thank everyone, thank the armies. They of course ended up getting an award, which is why they were on stage. They all graciously bowed their head and it was just very sweet, okay? I'm sure all the armies were super excited to see them get an award, to get more recognition, all that stuff. I'm always happy when someone reps the old BTS music, okay? But the funny thing happens here. When Jungkook then ended up bowing down to thank everyone, to whatever it was, he noticed IU standing over there. Now, if you don't know, Jungkook has mentioned in several occasions that IU is his crush. It's his K-pop idol. I've heard him say some American singers were kind of his crush, or some American singers are someone that he would like to work with, but I think that was just in American interviews. Perhaps if he were to say IU in an American interview, the American interviewer might not know who that is, since she's not that big in America. I don't know exactly the reason why, but he does end up saying IU a lot in Korean shows. When Jungkook looked up on stage and ended up seeing IU, he began kind of walking back slowly, and he began to kind of walk away because he knew that if he went ahead and walked a bit faster, he would be standing right next to IU. He would end up standing next to the beautiful and lovely IU, which would just be too much for him. Jungkook then took a complete 180, turned away from IU, and then he hid behind the other members. And of course, J-Hope ended up being the one that was next to IU. And you know what? I feel you. You have been felt. I don't understand how someone can just go up to their crush and have a conversation. Like, no, that's dangerous. That's danger zone. That's no-no territory. Like, that person that you like, you can't be next to them. What if you go up next to them and you start talking and they actually hear the words coming out of your mouth? Like, that's risky. When I have a crush on a girl, I almost completely avoid them because I get nervous. But most importantly, I don't like to be on. I want to feel like I'm comfortable, and I don't want to have to feel like I have to impress someone. Because if they're right there and I like them, I'm gonna want to impress them. But I also know that if I end up standing right next to them and I don't impress them or don't say anything, I'm going to regret it later. And then just dream about it constantly over and over again, so that I'm just not gonna stand next to them. So I feel you, Jungkook. I get you. We both can be single for life. Oh wait, but Taekook though. Jungkook, of course, decided to keep his distance from IU. And I found this to be unbelievably cute. And of course, a lot of other armies thought this was cute as well. This moment ended up being shared online on all social media. People started really taking it to the next level on this. A lot of armies decided to call him coward boy. Like, no, he is just shy, okay? I feel this way too. But I definitely wanted to read you guys some of the things that had been said. It's absolutely hilarious and it's worth taking a look. One army wrote this: "How my morning went. Me, good morning. My mom, Jungkook is a coward. Why won't he man up and go talk to IU? Because you must avoid women at all costs. But I am glad that this mother is rooting for IU and Jungkook to be together. I guess at some point, if you do actually want to be with someone, you have to man up and go and talk to that person. But this is why I avoid women at all costs. Because I cannot man. I don't know how to do. I need teacher. Oh, Jungkook, we can go clubbing together and avoid all women. And then it'll just be me and him and we can get married together. It's not gay because I'll keep my socks on. Army's also continued by saying this. The day Jungkook and IU decide to stop being cowards and duet together will be the day euphorians die. And I will die. I will die if I see them talking together. I will die if they end up making a song together. I will just die. Especially if they end up spending time together. Oof. Mainly my Taekook self will eventually die, but then the other side of me that is happy for them being together will also die. And then I can no longer relate to Jungkook and his newly non-cowardly ways. We must get a divorce in my mind to a marriage that never happened. But I loved reading this story. I thought it was very cute, very interesting, very funny. Another cute and funny thing happens when BTS was asked to kind of rate all the members in terms of who is the scariest to the least scariest. They rated J-Hope and actually Jimin to be on the top. This is of course a little shocking to some armies because those two are kind of seen as like the happy-go-lucky members of BTS. You don't think that they would get angry or maybe easily angry, but oftentimes it's the happiest members that end up being the most emotional, either sad or angry. But I can imagine J-Hope is actually a very serious person, aside from all the jokes that he does. Like, I feel like he is a boss. He knows what he's doing, he knows what needs to be done and what needs to get done to be a boss. There's a photo here that kind of went around where people got to see the serious face of J-Hope. J-Hope also looks after some of the other members, maybe some of the younger members, particularly Jungkook. Make sure that Jungkook does what's best for him. This of course means that Jungkook can get on J-Hope's nerves sometimes when Jungkook doesn't listen. One moment in particular that I wanted to point out that I thought was funny, mind you there are several, was when Jungkook was in a pool right after he got his hair and makeup done, his outfit on, maybe they were shooting a music video or something. J-Hope yelled at him to cut it out because if he ends up falling into the pool, he might ruin his clothes, hair, and makeup. We love a productive, smart, and caring Hyung. Yes, make sure Jungkook doesn't ruin the shoot. Every group definitely needs someone who is serious about their job, understands what needs to be done in order to get things done. I wouldn't have expected J-Hope to be that person, but it seems like he is, and I like that a lot. He can be goofy and serious. Get you a mans that can do you both. Speaking of those cute and funny moments, we have a moment that's not as cute and as funny. I'm talking about the Suga incident. This was something that I mentioned in yesterday's video. Basically, I'll go over it quickly. Suga released a mixtape, a Gusty if you will, and the mixtape there was a song in there called What Do You Think? In that song, Suga's producer actually sampled Jim Jones's speech. Now, Jim Jones is a criminal, if you didn't know. He was a mass murderer, he was a cult leader, and he was a racist. And those are obviously not good things. You don't want to put someone like that in your song. Basically, what I said in the video was that it was my opinion that the producers maybe were aware of what was going on and kind of put Jim's speech in there as kind of commentary. They were just kind of using Jim's speech to end up insulting Jim. And the song was supposed to be commentary on the speech. Turns out that was wrong because BigHit ended up putting out a statement to clarify this. I'll read it, I'll get into it. I'll put it on screen, but keep in mind, this is a translation of the apology. I think the original apology was written in Korean because I couldn't find an English apology on any of their social media platforms. But this apology came from news sites and they ended up reporting on it, so maybe BigHit released it to these news sites directly, I don't know. So the apology reads this. Hello, this is BigHit Entertainment. We would like to release our official response about BTS Suga's mixtape. Of the song and BTS Suga's mixtape D2, the track What Do You Think? Contained an introductory speech vocal sample that was selected by the producer who worked on the song without any particular intentions and without knowing who the speaker was. After selecting the speech vocal sample for the song, we proceeded to check the adequacy of the context according to our internal process. However, during the selection and examination process of the context, we made the error of including the sample in the song without recognizing that it was an inappropriate sample. We have our various processes for reviewing our content that are targeted to our global audience to try to avoid social, cultural, and historical issues. We also have our limitations in understanding and responding to every situation. In this case, we are not aware of it and in advance, and we lack the understanding of the historical and social situations relating to the sample. We apologize to those who have been hurt or felt uncomfortable by this. After checking the problem, we deleted that part immediately and reissued the revised version. Suga himself is embarrassed and feels deeply responsible for the problem that he did not realize. In the future, we will learn from the situation and take a closer look at the entire production process. So yeah, that definitely ends that. I'm assuming at this point, if you were to go ahead and buy the song, that there wouldn't be that speech in that song, which is definitely better because I can imagine that that speech from a mass murderer would probably be really offensive to some people. And it seems like there was no actual reason for the speech to be in there, as in this was not a commentary on the speech. I'm not going to ask too many questions. I'm sure some people are confused, but I think an apology kind of settles this and it was removed. so it is what it is. I don't blame anyone. This honestly can be a mistake that happens to anyone. I think that's fine. I'm glad they cleared that up, and I'm glad that they can move on from that. Let me know what you think about this, and let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for leaving your comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon. If you want to go over to my Patreon and kind of check that out and contribute back to this channel, anything you can contribute over there really does help me kind of make better videos on here, all that sort of thing. So I really do appreciate if you go and check that out. You can also get exclusive content over there, such as music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions, all that stuff on my Patreon. I'll leave a link in the description down below so you can check that out. There's also 2 videos that will pop up on the screen at the end of this video. So click on one of those videos and I'll see you over there. Bye.